Hello, and today let's start with a nice gentle yoga practice. Nothing too complicated today, just really simply just kind of getting the body moving, and we'll just take it nice and gentle, okay? So first thing we want to do in our practice, we're going to start lying down onto our back. So if you want to find a nice comfortable lying down position, onto your back. So you want to untuck the pelvis, having those shoulders relaxed down away from the ears. Feet are flopped out to the side, and then we're just going to start with the hands just kind of resting on the stomach. So we want to connect to our breath and our breathing before we start. Okay, so hands are on the stomach, taking a nice big breath in, and then as you breathe out, just release it, just let it go. Same again, take another big breath in. And then release. Again, in that last one, big breath. And then release. Yeah, good. So from there, just start by bringing the knees in towards you. We're going to hold onto the knees. And then from there, just start moving them around in a bit of a circular motion. So just nice and gentle. Just start moving those hips around. So just be very aware and very conscious of what's happening in the hips while we're doing this. Then from there, let's change directions. So bring it around the other way. So drop it down, circle it around, and then bring it back up. So you might find that your hips start to make some funny noises, maybe some popping, some cracking. Just be aware of it. That's it. Good, so keeping the knees into the chest, we're going to hold on to that right knee, and then we're going to extend out that left leg. So kicking out that left leg, having the heel and the ankle off the floor. So flex the foot so the toes are facing up, keeping that right knee tucked into the chest, and then extending out that left leg. Good. From there, bring that back into the center, and then let's change legs. So holding onto that left knee, and then kicking out that right leg. So getting that right leg straight, extending it out, keeping the heel off the floor, and the toes flexed up. Just a couple of breaths here. Good, and then changing again. So second time, holding onto that right knee, extending out that left leg. All the muscles in the leg are active. And same again, bringing that in, holding onto the left, and then kicking out the right. Nice, good. Bring that back into the center. So we're just going to go for a nice gentle twist. So what we can do is extend out the left leg, so it's nice and flat. Bring the right knee up. So we're going to hold onto it with the left hand. We can just have that other hand out to the side for a bit of support. And then we're just going to gently pull that across the body, Not too much, just enough that we get that nice twist, a nice spinal twist into that lower back. Maybe you feel it across into that hip joint. Just a nice gentle pull. Lovely, bring that back into center. And then let's change sides. So bringing that left knee in, the right leg comes out. So we can extend that out. Holding it onto the left knee with the right hand. And then again, just gently pulling that across the body. You can have this other hand out here for a bit of support. But again, just enough to get a bit of a gentle twist. So remember, while we're holding these positions, we want to think about our breath and our breathing. So we took a nice couple of deep breaths in and out at the start. We just want to keep that breath flowing throughout our practice. Bring that back into center. And then we're just going to place the feet onto the floor. We're going to come into a bridge position. So we're going to push the hips up into the air, but at the same time, we're going to sweep the arms up and over the head. So then as the hips lower down, we're going to sweep the arms back to that start position. So if you want to tuck your feet in, as close to your bum as you can. Feet about sort of hip distance apart. And remember, when we push the hips up, try not to let the knees flare out to the side, yeah? Keep them in like a good alignment, okay? So feet flat, hands are flat, breathing out first. And then as we breathe in, rising the hips up, sweeping the arms up and over the head, going for a nice big stretch. And then as you exhale, lower the hips down and then bringing those arms all the way back down towards the floor. Yeah, same again. Inhale, lifting the hips up nice and high, sweeping the arms up and over, and then exhale, lower the hips down, sweeping those arms back down. Okay, let's go for one more. Inhale to lift, sweeping the arms, fingertips touch the floor, and then exhale, bringing yourself all the way back down to the bottom. Yeah. Okay, from here we're just gonna open up into the hip a little bit. So if we cross the right ankle just on top of that left knee, we're going to place the hands through the gap, yeah, so through here. So we've got some options. We can either hold on to the back of the leg, yeah, the hamstring, or we can hold on to the front of the shin, yeah. So depending on how your right hip is feeling, take the options, yeah. So either hamstring, back of the leg, or the shin. So relax the head back, yeah, roll the shoulders back down a little bit, and then just take a nice couple of breaths here. Yeah, just loosening up into that right hip. So just send your breath, send your awareness into that hip. Allow that time for it just to loosen up a little bit. Nice, good, and then release. And let's change legs. So just placing that left ankle just on top of that right knee, bringing the hands through the gap. Yeah, same again, take the options either back of the leg or the shin, pulling it in gently, shoulders are down, head is relaxed. Now we're going to see how the left hip feels today. Again, just nice and smooth on the breath. Exhale, release. Alright, so we're going to slowly just start to work our way up. So we're going to gently just roll over to the side into a bit of a fetal position, and then using your hand, slowly bringing yourself up into a nice seated position. Yeah, we're going to go into a seated cross-leg position. If you struggle with coming into the seated cross-leg position, grab yourself like a pillow or a blanket or something to raise you up from the floor, and just stick that underneath your hips. So from this seated cross-leg position here, we're going to go for a nice twist, but we're going to raise the arms up as well at the same time. Get the shoulders working a little bit. So we're starting with the hands in the middle. We're going to inhale, lift the arms up as high as we can. Big reach up to the top. Now as we go for the twist, we're going to turn to the left. The right hand comes down onto the knee, and then that left hand comes around the back. Yeah? Inhale to lift and lengthen, and then as you exhale, just gently twist round to that left hand side. So the chest is lifted, so we can breathe. Yeah? Spine is long and tall, but we're rotating round. And again, with the breath, you just want to let it flow nice and naturally. Good, bring that back into center. So same again with the arms. If we inhale, lifting the arms up as high as we can, and then exhale over to the right, left hand on the knee, hand round the back, lift and lengthen through the spine, and then exhale into the twist. Yeah, so just gently looking over the shoulder, left and right, might feel a little bit different. Good, and then bring yourself back into the center. Now, from here, we're going to go forwards, yeah? Come into a forward fold position. So, taking a nice deep breath in, and then as you exhale, start to hinge from the hips, rounding in the spine, dropping the head down, and coming into that forward fold position. If you want to walk the hands a little bit further forwards, you can. And if you feel a bit compressed here, into the chest and into the stomach, think about where else you can send your breath. Yeah, so maybe think about the upper back here, or into the sides of the ribs. Yeah, so those lungs still want to be working in that rib cage. Nice, slowly bring yourself back up to the top. Let's open up our chest a little bit. So hands behind you, pushing into the floor. Yeah, lifting the chest, squeezing the shoulder blades, dropping that head back, opening up. Yeah, same again, just breathing here, nice and natural. So every time you breathe in, just feel the expansion in the ribs. Yeah, feel that chest start to pull open. Good, and then exhale, release. Yeah, let's get into the neck a little bit now. So if we sit up nice and tall, first one we're going to do is just start moving the head round in that circular motion. Yeah, so just wherever you are, just whatever you're doing, just moving your neck around. You might find the neck starts to make some noises. That's very common. Good, and then change direction. Bring it back around the other way. That's it, and then we'll do one more for the neck. So all we're going to do is just place the fingertips on top of the head. As we pull the head down, we're going to drop this shoulder. Yeah, so we'll get that nice stretch into the side of the neck there. Yeah, back up to top, and then we'll change sides. So just place the fingertips on the head, just give it a little gentle pull, and then dropping that shoulder down. Yeah, same again, back into the middle, and change sides. So give it a pull, give it a drop. That's it, back in, and then same again, give it a pull, give it a drop. Nice, good. Bring that back into center. Right, so now we're going to move into a tabletop position, so moving into an all fours position. So if you'd like to gently just bring yourself round into that tabletop. So that start position, we're going to go the knees directly over the hips, and then the hands are directly over the shoulders. Yeah, so the palms are firmly planted down into the floor. And we're going to go for our cat and cow movement here. So as we exhale, pushing the back up high, rounding in the spine. Think about tucking that pelvis under. And then as we inhale, dropping the belly down, arching the lower back, gazing up. Yep, same again. Exhale round, pushing the back up as high as we can. And then inhale, dropping the belly, arching, gazing up. Yeah, let's go for one more. Exhale to round. And then inhale, dropping that belly, arching and gazing up. Good, then bring yourself back into neutral. We're just going to work into the shoulder blades a little bit now, so our scapula. So we're going to go for scapular protraction, retraction, yeah? So our shoulder blades, they sort of slide backwards and forwards, yeah? So we're going to think about winging them open and then squeezing them closed. So we're still in that tabletop position there. So from there, we want to keep the arms straight, but then drop the chest down, squeeze the shoulder blades at the back, and then as you exhale, think about winging them open, so sliding them open. Yeah, same again, dropping the chest down, squeezing them together, and then exhale, pulling them open. Yeah, let's go for another one. So down, squeeze, and then open up. Good, back into that neutral position. So from here, let's place the elbows down onto the floor, so into this position here. If you want to widen up the stance on the knees at the back, we're just going to start working into this armpit area, so into the lats, yeah, and then also moving into the triceps as well, so the back of the arms. So from this position here, just start with the hands in that prayer position. If you shift the hips back, bring the forehead down onto the floor, and then from there, if we bend the elbows, bring the hands behind the head. Think about digging the elbows into the mat and then maybe dragging them back a little bit. So really opening up into that armpit area, triceps, yeah, opening up the shoulders. Good. And breathing here as well. Don't forget to breathe into the stomach. So rather than breathing into the chest, think about breathing into that stomach. Nice. Slowly inhale, bring yourself back up. I'm just going to move back up into that tabletop position. Now, from tabletop, what we want to do is just kind of get our core switched on a little bit. So we're going to go for an opposite arm and opposite leg extension. Okay, so from here, we're going to extend the left leg out the back, nice and high. So the heel is up, toes are pointing down, and then we're going to extend that right arm out, nice and straight. Yeah, so take a second there just to get your balance, get your support, let your brain and your body connect. And then bringing it in, tapping the knee underneath, exhale to round. And then inhale, lift, lengthen, and reach up. Yeah, same again. Exhale, round, tuck it in. Inhale, lift, lengthen, and reach. Yeah, let's go for one more. Exhale, round. Inhale, lift. Yeah, good. Back into the neutral position. Changing arms, changing legs. So right leg comes out the back. The heel is high, but the toes are pointing down. Yeah, so even though the leg's out the back, we want that to be straight and strong, so it's active. Yeah, and the same again with that opposite arm, extending out. And then same again, exhale to round, tapping underneath if you can. Then inhale, lift, lengthen, and reach. Yeah, same again, exhale round, inhale, lift. Yeah, let's go for one more. Exhale round, inhale, lift, and lengthen. Good. Back into your tabletop position, and then from here, let's take a nice child's pose. So child's pose, if we go knees about as wide as your mat, feet together at the back, we're going to sink the bum back towards the heels, or as far back as you can go. And then we just want to surrender down onto the mat. Yeah, so just releasing here, forehead down, shoulders are released, and we're breathing into the stomach. Nice, good. When you're ready, slowly bring yourself back up, and then we're going to move back into a nice seated position. Now, our next seated position, we're going to go for quite a wide leg stance. We're just going to hit into the inner thighs and the abductors a little bit. So, having the legs out as wide as you can, or as wide as you feel comfortable. Yeah, if you want to use your heels to kind of walk them out just that little bit more. And all we're going to do is just kind of shift into our left and into our right. Yeah, so we want to kind of bring all our focus and our awareness into each leg. Now again, as we go down, and we're going to be a bit compressed into the chest and into the stomach, think about sending your breath into your back, okay? So we're turning the upper body to face that left-hand side. Take that deep breath in first, and then as you breathe out, just start to slide it down and find that point that works for you. Yeah, if you want to drop the head, rounding in the spine. So we should get a nice one into the hamstring, into the inner thighs, the abductors, and then maybe a little bit into that lower back. And then just slowing that breath down. So we need a little bit of time for the muscles just to really switch off, and relax. Yeah, we need to have a bit of biofeedback with the body. Yeah, we need to tell the muscle, it's okay, switch off, relax. Yeah. Good, slowly inhale, bring yourself back up to the top, back into the middle, and we're going to do exactly the same onto the other side. Yeah, so turning the body to face that right hand side. Yeah, left and right might feel a little bit different, just, see how you feel today. taking that deep breath in first. And then same again, as you exhale, hinge forwards, slide it down, maybe round in the spine. Yeah, and find that point that works for you. Yeah, inner thighs might feel a little bit different. Yeah, maybe your hamstring feels a little bit different. And again, just focusing on that breath. Yeah, where are you going to send it? Very slowly bringing yourself back up, back into the center, and then we're going to bring the legs together. Ooh. Okay, so back into we're going to go into our seated position. I'm just going to go for a nice gentle twist on this one. I quite like twists. Feels like really good on your back and through your spine. So for this one, legs are out straight. We're going to start by lifting that left knee up. Okay, so the left knee comes up and the left foot is in that same alignment as that right knee, yeah, so they're next to each other. Then we want to use the right arm as the hook, yeah, so we want to keep this knee tucked in, so use that right arm. So either use the elbow or use the wrist or hand, yeah, so just holding onto that left knee. And then the other hand comes around the back. We want to push the hand into the floor to inhale, lift and lengthen through the spine, breathing in through the chest, and then as you exhale, twisting round to the side. Yeah, so we're lengthening through the spine, chest is lifted so we can breathe. We're just holding here. So same again with your breath, you just want to let it flow. So we want to remember to try not to hold the breath while we're doing our poses. Nice, good, bring yourself back around to center. And then changing legs, changing sides, yeah? So bringing that right leg up. As that foot lands on the, next to that knee. Left arm is the hook. Right arm comes around the back. Yeah, same again, pushing into the floor. Inhale, lift and lengthen. And then exhale, twist round to the side. Keeping that chest lifted, spine is long and lengthened. Twisting round. And breathing. Yeah, like I said, just nice and natural on the breath. Lovely. Good. Slowly exhale and bring yourself back round into a seated position. Now, we're going to roll back down onto our back. So we're going to finish up with some more positions on our back, okay? So if you want to just slowly shift yourself forwards, maybe you can just hands on the knees and then lower yourself down onto your spine. Yeah, so coming back into that position here. So lying on our spine, again, yeah, so lying on our back. We're going to go into our bridges again, but this time, so we did a double leg bridge to start, so now we're just going to do a single leg bridge. So we're going to place the right ankle just on top of that left knee, yeah, so now we're going to push the hips up, but all that work is going to go into that left leg, okay? Still breathing into the stomach as well while we're up there. So foot is flat, hands are flat for a bit of support, breathing out first, and then as we inhale, driving the hips up, hips are elevated, yeah, breathing into the stomach again. Good, exhale, lower that back down to the floor. Then changing legs, so placing that right foot on the floor, and then that left ankle just comes up on top. Same again, so now working into that right leg. Breathing out first, and then same again, driving the hips up nice and high. then exhale, bring those hips back down to the floor. Okay, knees into the chest. Quite a good one for our core. We're going to go for an opposite arm and opposite leg extension. Yeah, quite like this one. I tend to put a lot of it in my classes. So I want you to think about your lower back staying flat to the floor. So when we go for our opposite arm and opposite leg extension, you're going to get a natural curve in your lower back, or your lower back is going to start to rise off the mat. So try and think about engaging in your core, so squeezing your stomach and aiming to keep that lower back flat. Yeah, so while we're doing our movements, just keeping that lower back flat. Okay, so knees are up, arms are up. We're going to extend out the left leg, and at the same time, the right arm is going to come behind the head. Keeping that lower back flat to the floor, bring that back into the center. Yeah, let's change again. So extend out that right leg, left arm comes behind, keep that lower back flat, and then back into the center. Yeah, let's do a couple more. So kicking out the left, extending the right, yeah, and then back in. And kicking out the right, extending the left, lower back stays flat, and then back in. Yeah, let's go for one more. Let's finish strong. Kicking out the left, extending the right, back in, and then last one, and then back in. Nice. Good. Right, let's go for a nice gentle twist. So we're going to go for crossing the feet over at the bottom. Knees are up. Just going to place the hands out to the side for a bit of support, and then we're going to drop everything over to that left hand side. Yeah, so just dropping it over to the left. Find that position that works for you. So dropping the feet, dropping the ankles, dropping the heels. And then as you exhale, turn the head and turn the upper body just to face that other direction. Yeah, and again, this is quite a good one to focus back into your breathing. Breathing into the stomach, so as you breathe in, stomach rises, and the stomach falls. Good. Bring yourself back up into the center, and then changing sides so you can cross the feet the other way, dropping everything over to that right hand side, and then same again, just turning the head, turning that upper body just to face the other way. Yeah, and again, just focusing back into that breathing in the stomach. Good. Slowly inhale, bring that back up to center. So the last one, we're going to go into one called Happy Baby. So we're going to open out the hips nice and wide. We've got options to either grab the outside edges of the feet, or we can grab the ankles, or we can grab the shins, whatever you want to grab hold of. But we want to make sure the hips are open nice and wide, and then think about pulling everything down towards you. So down towards the earth, grounding down. Yeah, so you should feel a nice pull into the hip joints and into that lower back. And then from there, if you just want to give it a little gentle rock from side to side, just to massage that lower back, that feels quite nice into the floor. Good, and then just bring the feet together, bring the knees together, give yourself a big hug, yeah, big squeeze, show yourself a bit of love today. That's it, and then as you exhale, just unravel the body. Come into a nice little relaxation position there, into Shavasana. So yeah, untuck the pelvis, shoulders are down away from the ears, hands on the stomach. And we'll finish with just a nice couple of deep breaths in and out, just how we started. Okay, so when you're ready, just taking that nice deep breath in, and then breathing out. Good, second time, inhale. And release. Good, and then that last one, big breath. And release.